you for logging on to this broadcast of high school sports on WellsCountyVoice.com. WellsCountyVoice.com, an online service that allows fans and parents to watch high school sports live anywhere and anytime that's convenient for your schedule. As always, we encourage you to go to the games and support the students, but when you simply can't, we're glad you're here with us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game, so please support these businesses whenever you can. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
On the campus of Concordia High School in Fort Wayne, welcome to the Cage, where tonight the number 6 Norwell Lady Knights take on the Concordia Cadets. Good evening, friends, and welcome aboard. Alongside Tyler Sonicson, Derek Decker here this evening, bringing the action live from Fort Wayne. Norwell comes into this one with a record of 5-1, so glad you could join us. Norwell has their only loss against Warsaw, a quality 4A opponent. Tyler looked good again against Northwood, took care of a team that has struggled the last couple of seasons and come in riding pretty high again here tonight.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth early, actually all the way up through halftime, and just too much firepower from Norwell.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Concordia, on the flip side, has dealt with some injuries over the course of the season. They will miss, although she is available tonight. Annika Nelson is not starting. She's their leading returning scorer from a season ago, a big that can play the perimeter as well, a dynamic player, and they miss her not having her in the lineup.
She's very skilled. Just watching her warm up, I mean, even if she doesn't play, just the warm-ups, she looks like head and shoulders above everybody else out there.
She impacted the game last year when these two teams met. Norwell taking that at the Castle in overtime, 55-50. Shantice Craig had an absolutely dynamite game for Concordia, but it was Kaylee Filling taking over in overtime. In fact, scoring all 9 of Norwell's points in the extra period as Norwell took home the 5-point victory in what was a ranked matchup last year in Class 3A and highly touted at that. Of course, unlimited fans here tonight, different environment. The Cage is always a fun place to come. Concordia went through a coaching change this year as well, and Nicole Bollinger is in her first season with a record of 3-3. She played at IPFW in St. Francis, coached under Dave Miller for a long time. Dave Miller, one of the legendary coaches in Indiana high school girls basketball history, and it was always fun when him and Coach Thornton got together. These two teams have had some really fun ones over the years. Norwell leads the series 14-6 over Concordia in the last 20 years. They've met a couple of times in the postseason as well, and they have created a ton of fun matchups. You are listening to the Billy Ann Supper Pub pregame show. Billy Ann Supper Pub is located in downtown Bluffton and is your local choice for Tex-Mex, some of the best burgers in the area, and some of the best American food as well. It's Billy Ann Supper Pub located in downtown Bluffton. We'll take our first break. We'll return with the balance of our pregame show, followed by starting lineups in the tip on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
American Mortgage Service Company, located at 1169 North Main Street in Bluffton. We specialize in helping individuals realize their dream of homeownership by providing a top-notch, best mortgage experience. We offer a wide variety of loan programs and the most current rates available.
Contact Angie Top or Jessica Best at 260-353-3000 or apply online at bluffton.americanmortgage.com. This is not an offer for the extension of credit or a commitment to lend. American Mortgage, NMLS ID 8246. Angie Top, NMLS ID 478736. Jessica Best, NMLS ID 613932. American Mortgage is an equal housing lender.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
In business since 1981, Barclay Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barclay Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barclay Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. Contact Barclay Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674. Or find them on Facebook at Barclay Builders, Inc. Let Barclay Builders get started on your Barclay Built forever home.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists. They offer a great variety of cleaning services, commercial cleaning, cleaning windows, strip and wax floors, clean carpets, complete sanitizing of facilities, floor repair or replacement. They will also schedule a PM maintenance program.
At Cleaning One, your security is their top priority. They do a complete background check on each of their employees so you can feel good about letting them into your homes. For more information, give Rob a call at 260-409-2564 or give Bob a call, 260-403-7676. Or you can simply send them an email at officeonecleaning@yahoo.com.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just suffer from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension. Corrective Chiropractic can help. I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic. We welcome patients from Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding areas. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza. Feel and function better.
Hello, Tim Steffen Financial Group. It's been said nothing is certain except change. We must adapt to change to stay safe and move forward. What changes have there been in your life? At Steffen Financial Group, we would like to work with you and help with your future planning. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Michelle Stoller, 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Retirement, investments, savings plans. Steffen Financial Group can also assist with your personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group. Solid planning, local service, professional advice. Securities and insurance offered through Thurston Springer Financial, a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC, and Indiana Insurance Agency. Tim Steffen is a registered associate of Thurston Springer Financial and is doing business as Steffen Financial Group. Tim Steffen and Steffen Financial Group are independent of Thurston Springer Financial.
Is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play. Do you have the power to move your career? AAM's Bluffton manufacturing facility is quickly growing and looking for machine operators, assembly workers, and more to join them as they deliver power to move the world. Opportunities offer competitive wages, full benefits package, shift premiums, immediate paid time off, 11 paid holidays, and endless opportunities for growth and development. At AAM Bluffton Manufacturing Facility, the power starts with our people. Apply today. www.aam.com/Bluffton or call 260-824-6870. That's 824-6870 for more information.
Back here at the cage, moments before the national anthem and the starting lineups here tonight. Norwell again comes in ranked number 6 in Class 3A. Headed into the contest, the first-year Saginaw ratings came out as well, and Norwell was ranked in the top 5 in Class 3A in those. They finished in the top 10 last season, a group that has always played a tremendous schedule strength, and that has not been different here this year. Their only loss, a quality loss on the road at Warsaw. Norwell has Concordia here tonight, and then they've got Eastbrook and Huntington North on deck. Concordia with Leo and DeKalb coming right up after this game tonight. They begin a 3-game road trip next Tuesday to do the Cadets, and they come in tonight at 3-3 off of a 48-43 victory over Adams Central. That coming a couple of nights ago. Norwell off that 57-23 win over Northwood. Let's take a quick break and return with the starting lineups after this.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around, just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
Good evening, football fans. My name is Nathan Shelton. As an advisor at Shelton Financial Group, my job is to help our clients plan for and adjust to the unexpected in life. That may be a change in employment status, a change in the tax code, or rising inflation. At Shelton Financial, our process, called the One Life Formula, is designed to help you work through the questions, concerns, and unexpected that may happen in your life. To schedule a time to discuss with us, please call our office at 260-436-7006 or visit our website at sheltonfinancial.com. Nathan Shelton, Investment Advisor Representative of USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs, and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Welcome back to the cage once again. Let's join the public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups.
And now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First for the guests from Norwell High School. A 5'7" sophomore, number 10, Kennedy Filling. A 5'5" senior, number 12, Mackenzie Tolliver. A 5'6" senior, number 14, Emily Todd. A 5'5" sophomore, number 23, Annabelle Johnson. And a 6'1" junior, number 32, Skyla Tomasek. The Knights are coached by Eric Thornton, assisted by Jason Frisch and Mandy Kopp. And now, the starting lineup for your Lady Cadets. A 5'7" sophomore from St. Peter's, number 10, Caitlin Bollinger. A 5'6" sophomore from Emmanuel St. Michael, number 11, Lexi Panning. A 5'4" sophomore from suburban Bethlehem, number 14, Sydney Reynolds. A 5'4" freshman from Emmanuel St. Michael, number 20, Lauren Goodman. And a 5'7" senior from Holy Cross, number 33, Mahalat Lee. The cadets are coached by Nicole Bollinger, assisted by Jenny Cunningham.
Once again, those starting lineups tonight for Norwell. It's Filling, Tolliver, Todd, Johnson, and Tomaszek for head coach Eric Thornton in his 25th season, a record of .394 and 179, and they come into play ranked number 6 and 5-1 tonight. For the cadets, it's Bollinger, Panning, Reynolds, Goodman, and Lee. For head coach Nicole Bollinger, first season a record of 3-3, JV head coach for 7 seasons, played at St. Francis and IPFW here in town, and coached all those years under Dave Miller. Joey Johnson, Steve Keck, Matt Sheehan, our 3 officials here tonight, and off we go from the cage. Norwell wins the tip and moves from left to right here this evening. It's Annabelle Johnson as Norwell starts in those alternate dark gray uniforms, which became commonplace the last couple of years. Try to go to Tomaszek on the baseline, and now Mackenzie Tolliver with it. This is a group that will run a 4-round-1 offense. If you're used to seeing this Norwell team, that was last touched by Annabelle Johnson on the deflection, and the cadets start on defense with a stop. Derek Decker with Tyler Sonicson here from Fort Wayne tonight. So glad you could join us on this Tuesday night, our last broadcast before Thanksgiving. Norwell brings the double near the timeline, and close to getting a takeaway. We've got a tie-up, and so it'll stay with Concordia. Sydney Reynolds ran out of room near midcourt, picked it up a step across the half-court line. It's not something you can afford to do very often against this highly touted Norwell defense, allowing just 37 points a game. Here's a corner 3 for Bollinger that misses. Offensive board there for Panning, and the putback is no good as well, and the Knights clear the board. Norwell averaging 60 points a game coming into tonight as Filling tries the mid-range. Rebound down to Lauren Goodman for Concordia. Another team has scored a minute in here on this Tuesday night contest. There's a turnover to the feet of Emily Todd, and Todd will return the favor. It's a little sloppy out of the gate for both teams. Down low, the pass from Bollinger is intercepted by Skyla Tomaszek, and the Knights will work it back. Neither team has gotten anything to go yet as Filling misses the 3. Tomaszek trying to go up and under, and she draws the foul.
Concordia foul number 33, Mahalat Lee.
Mahalat Lee, the personal for Concordia, starting tonight, playing in her 6th game. Tomaszek's first free one misses, just a 39% free throw shooter on the season coming into the game tonight. And she will split the pair to make it 1-0 as the Knights are on the board. Slow start for both teams here tonight. Handful of turnovers for both squads. And Norwell bringing backcourt pressure. Concordia applies it. They had numbers if they hurried. But Lexi Panning will pull it out and wait on the rest of the Army. Down low goes to Lee, defended by Tomaszek. And she cleans it up on the baseline, gets a block. Emily Todd having trouble with it, and she turns it over for the second time in as many possessions. Goodman defended by Annabelle Johnson, who has been one of the outstanding sophomores coming on in her first varsity season for Norwell. Starting point guard has been important to the Knights. Goodman cut off on the drive, so she'll step back for 3 and miss it short. Rebound to Filling for the Lady Knights. So 2.5 minutes in, and neither team has registered a field goal. Emily Todd tries to change that, and she misses long. Tomaszek, though, chases down the offensive rebound. Finds herself in space. Goes cross court. Filling spots up and buries it. And Kennedy Filling's onto the board, averaging 16 points, a team high on the season, and also just over 31% from distance to start the season. And now Tolliver with a steal. Tolliver is fouled in transition. Had both Goodman and Reynolds to get around. And she earns a trip to the stripe as Goodman got her across the arm.
Number 20, Goodman. Two shots for Tolliver.
First foul shot is good for Tolliver, 69% on the season. Just 1 of 6 from distance against Northwood, but she is the leading returning scorer who knocked down 63s last season for the Lady Knights, and they go up 6-0. In transition, a wing 3 missed by Goodman, and already you can tell without Annika Nelson on the floor, they don't have a lot of offensive options. 2-on-1, Tolliver leaves it short on the pass from Johnson, and Goodman the board for Concordia. Johnson wins it back, though, in the backcourt as she creates a turnover. Both teams struggling in that department to this point. Kennedy Filling is fouled on the drive, and the Knights will have it underneath. Foul goes against Lexi Panning for Concordia, and we'll see. Oh, they're going to give her free throws on that. That's probably a break for Filling, who's a 63% foul shooter. First one rattles home. Handful of subs coming in for Concordia. It's Serenity Adams, the junior, off the bench, and 3 subs for the Knights in Norris, Feast, and Green, as Tomaszek, Johnson, and Todd head to the bench. Two for 2 goes Filling at the line. She's got 5 points early on. Knights blanking Concordia almost halfway through the first frame. Serenity Adams charging towards the rim, and she is fouled by Feast.
Number 15, Norris.
I actually got Lily Norris on the foul. Serenity Adams is to the stripe, averaging just 3 points a game through 6 appearances on the year. They have battled through injuries and sickness as this Concordia squad, as they've only had 2 players play the full 6 games on the season. And that's it coming into tonight. That's got to be frustrating for Nicole Bollinger, able to grind out 3 wins to this point. Adams misses both, so she's unable to get the Cadets on the board. And that was last touched by Lily Norris, so Concordia will have the basketball back. Tyler, a group that in Concordia honestly hasn't even gotten any good shots yet. They've turned it over on almost half their possessions.
Well, first of all, they seem to panic every time they touch the ball, but Norwell's defense has been closing out pretty good. Handful of steals in the backcourt over and over, so I don't see any offensive firepower so far.
Goodman takes a look, thinks about it, tries it a second time and misses. Goodman has been ice cold to start, as have the rest of the Cadets, still without a point. Lily Norris, one of those dynamic sophomores for the Lady Knights, who is on the dribble drive here. This is the youth in Feast, missing a straightaway 3. Mahala Lee the board for Concordia. That's a bad-looking shot from Lexi Panning, who is averaging 7 points a game. And that's 7 in a row to start the game, missed by Concordia. Norris from the corner, and she hits. And Norwell goes up 11. It's not been a matter of momentum for Norwell and going on a run. It's just the simple fact that Concordia hasn't been able to respond at all just yet. Chasing Adams, and Adams gets behind the defense for a deuce. Finally, the Cadets are on the board. 11-2, 5 minutes in.
I think a big factor is, too, that they're leaving I mean, there's 5 of them out there, and they're leaving one of them open each and every time.
Right.
You can't leave any shooters on Norwell open.
Kennedy filling with the deuce for the Knights, and that will force a Concordia timeout. And with that, we'll take a 30-second break and be right back after this.
Thunder and lightning, rock and roll, even peanut butter and jelly. There are some things in this world that just naturally seem to go together. At Farmers and Merchant State Bank, it's you and us. That's why at F&M, we're always ready to partner with you on all your financial needs, from checking and savings to auto loans and more. Now that's pretty black and white. Farmers and Merchants, you and us. Learn more at fm.bank. Member FDIC.
6th-ranked Knights, 13-2 out of the gate here at Concordia. Tyler, again, as mentioned right before we went into that timeout, it's really not necessarily been a result of Norwell going on a big run here early. It's just the fact that Concordia has struggled to get anything going offensively, and finally Adams opened up something with a layup on that last drive.
Well, and again, I'll say they can't leave Norwell, not one girl on that team that you can leave open.
Yeah, Norwell is such a balanced scoring attack, led by Filling with 16 a game, but there's plenty of other capable players. Here's Adams on the drive again. Samantha Hoffman is into the game. That three is missed by Goodman, who's just had a really tough start from distance. Has not found the bottom of the net yet. She's just 24% coming in, but she's the leading scorer that's active tonight for Concordia. She's a point behind Annika Nelson, who is not seen the floor yet tonight, has battled through a back injury early on in the season, has only played in 2 games. Late substitution as Kaylin Bollinger will check back in for the Cadets. She replaces Adams, who has the only points for the Cadets in this opening frame. 13-2, Norwell on top of Concordia here on the road. It's Feast with a walk, and that's a careless turnover. There's been plenty of those in this first quarter by both squads. Concordia has struggled with that all year, averaging 20 turnovers a game through 6. But Norwell's been much better. They've seen over half of their games in single digits in that category. Here's a tie-up as Karma Bryant was fighting with Annabelle Johnson. And the possession arrow belongs to Norwell, so they'll get it back. Choppy start here at the cage. A couple nights before Thanksgiving. This was a high-caliber matchup a season ago. The Knights winning in overtime. Mackenzie Feast misses it on the flip. But the Knights create another offensive rebound. Show and go for Todd, and she has it knocked away. We'll stay with the Knights on the out of bounds. Pretty light crowd here on this Tuesday night. Norwell winning the JV game here tonight by a final tally of 51-35. Ryland Graft and Allie Riley teamed up for 27 of Norwell's 51. Feast straight away again and misses short. Johnson chases down the rebound but steps on the end line as she does so. Mackenzie Feast has really come out of the gate hot for the Lady Knights. She got intermittent time last year during the season at the varsity level for Norwell, despite playing a lot of quarters on the JV side. And Coach Thornton said she's going to surprise some people this year. Comes Norris on the steal, tried to get it to Green underneath, and they turn it over again.
Very active hands right now for Norwell's defense.
Indeed, and they have struggled, though, on offense in breakaway chances. They've had a few turnovers when they've had +1 or 2 advantages, like they did on that possession. They had a 2-on-1 and could not convert. And that was last touched by Lauren Goodman. Well, I can't imagine either coach is real pleased at this stage of the game with the way either one of their offenses has come out of the gate tonight. Serenity Adams back in to give Bollinger a breather.
A lot of self-induced wounds.
Yeah, there really have been. Tick towards 60 seconds left in this first quarter. 13-2. Norwell's been on top from wire to wire. Norris has it knocked aside. And now another tie-up, and that's another turnover. Now, granted, there's a lot of youth on both sides of the ball here tonight for both teams. Norwell and Concordia feature a lot of that youth. There is just one upperclassman on the floor for Norwell right now. So trying to showcase their depth a little bit and show that off. Will be important later in the season. Another turnover. Norris the steal. Feast couldn't get it to go. And the Knights are unable to corral the offensive rebound, and a backcourt turnover once again by Karma Bryant. I mean, they've got to be in double digits by now. Haley Green gets free and misses a contested layup, handing the rebound for Concordia. I don't know how many possessions in a row that is, but that's way too high for Concordia.
I think they're just trying to empty the bench out, just trying to find something that works.
Come on. Sydney Reynolds, the starter, back in the game, 5'6" sophomore. Norwell likely holding for the final shot here in this first quarter with 20 seconds to go. It's 13-2. Around the perimeter it goes. Annabelle Johnson flips one up there. Couldn't get the soft touch. Green fights for the rebound, but it's taken down by Bryant. And Bryant lost it. Back to Norwell it goes. It's at least 4 straight turnovers for Concordia, and they've basically all been in the backcourt.
And self-induced.
Yeah, I mean, they are getting sped up a little bit by this Norwell defense, and that's to be understood, but it has just been ugly in this first quarter. The best thing for both squads, really, is just to get to the end of this quarter and regroup a little bit. Johnson with 3 seconds. Dumps it off. Tomaszek wide open, and they will get the deuce just ahead of the buzzer. Nice inbounds play with 7 seconds left in the quarter, and the Knights take a 15-2 lead to the first quarter break. We'll step aside and be back with the second quarter on The Voice.
When looking to sell or buy a home in Wells County, it's so important to work with an experienced full-time agent from the local area. I'm Bev Grish, and I'm beginning my 24th year helping families in the real estate business and would love to guide your family through the process. When you choose to work with a local agent who knows the Wells County market, you are a step ahead. I have built good working relationships with local lenders, realtors, inspectors, contractors, and appraisers, and it helps the process go smoothly. Whether you are buying your first home, a larger home, investment property, dream home, selling a long-time family business, or downsizing into retirement, I'm here to help. Heartfelt thanks for supporting me 24 years in the real estate business I truly love. Bev sells Wells at 466-1822.
Back here at Concordia, Derek Decker with Tyler Sonigs in here tonight. Don't have official numbers, but I got to imagine that between the two squads, there could have been 15 turnovers in that first quarter. I mean, it was about as ugly as it gets, and Concordia turned it over on their last 4 straight possessions.
Definitely going to need another hand to count them up.
That's not good in the first quarter. Norwell has what looks like their starters back on the floor to start this second quarter, leading by 13. They've led by double digits for the vast majority of this first half to this point. Filling cuts through the lane. Nice finish for Kennedy Filling's 9th point. Such a versatile guard. And those are the words of head coach Eric Thornton with Filling. Spotting up for 3 is Panning and missing it well wide. And Annabelle Johnson the board for Norwell. Lady Knights look to push a little bit. They leave Tolliver open. And she took a look at the 3. Instead, goes right down the lane. And Mackenzie Tolliver putting on the moves. 4 quick points for her, and it's 19-2. Really nice start to this second quarter. Back-to-back baskets after the slew of turnovers in that first frame. Doubled is Panning in the corner, and she turns it over. Johnson will leave it for a wide open Tolliver, and you can't do that unless she rims it no good. She doesn't miss those very often.
No.
34% shooter, but when she's that open and has time, she is deadly from 3-point distance. Tolliver gambles for the steal, but doesn't touch it. It's the last touch by the Cadets again. Mackenzie Feast is back into the game for the Knights. Camlin Bollinger for Concordia. I mean, it's been, not to harp on the same thing, but probably over 50% of the possessions have resulted in turnovers for Concordia.
So do you equate it to great defense or
I don't know,
just sloppy offense?
It's been a lot of sloppy offense. Not to take anything away from Norwell's defense, but a lot of the mistakes have been unforced in this first half. Deep three for Kennedy Filling, and she's into double figures. 22-2. Shot missed by Bryant, and a foul against Concordia on the rebound.
Concordia foul number 30, Carmen Bryant.
First foul against Bryant. Coming back in is Mahalat Lee, the 5'7" senior, started for the Cadets tonight. Coach Thornton calls out a play as Norwell has a 20-point lead here in this first half. Nice pass to Tomaszak underneath, and that play set in motion by Kennedy Filling. The Knights have scored 11 in a row, and that is the easiest offensive foul call of all time against Serenity Adams.
Concordia foul number 5, Serenity Adams.
Well, she wanted to go get a bucket, so I appreciate the aggressiveness. But cleared Tomaszak out of the way. That's not easy to do. Tomaszak's pretty well built.
She's playing very well. She's going up and getting the rebounds, playing good defense.
Dribble drive offense leaves Filling open, and she hits again. And it's a 25-point first half lead, 15 for Kennedy Filling in this first half. Another turnover almost, as a deflection caused by Mackenzie Feast. Bollinger tries a step-back three that misses everything.
Shooter open.
It's Todd. And it's Tolliver with the offensive rebound. You know, Emily Todd has been a huge piece in this Norwell offense early in the season. She tries again, and this time she connects and makes it 30-2, and that's 19 straight for the Lady Knights. Todd is a team-high 39% from distance. A kid that did not get all that much playing time at the varsity level last season, but earned the starting nod at the start of the year from Eric Thornton, and she has proved it was not a mistake. Here's a held ball. It'll stay with Concordia. Looks like Sella Kaiser, the freshman off the bench, comes in for Concordia alongside Goodman. And Lily Norris in for Norwell. I mean, you're right. Emptying the bench. Concordia's gone 10 or 11 deep already here so far tonight.
They're just looking for something that's going to work.
Yeah. Kaiser, a strong freshman who comes in averaging a couple points a game. She's come in to all but one game for Concordia on the season, earning some time when they were down a little bit in starting numbers, and she has continued to earn her keep off the bench. 30-2, Norwell leading. And Mackenzie Feast got caught for the hop right after she caught it, as she was stepping into that three, which she missed anyway. Long miss by Sella Kaiser. This has not typically been an easy place to play, as Kennedy Filling connects again, and she's got 18 in this first half, and that's going to force Nicole Bollinger to call another timeout. Norwell has scored 22 straight, and they lead it 33-2 on the road.
We're here at Craigville Appliance celebrating the boys of fall. We love football season at Craigville Appliance. But with that being said, we know that sometimes it's a rainy, muddy day and you got to do the laundry when you get home. We know laundry stinks, but at Craigville Appliance, we've got the tools to take care of you. Come to Craigville Appliance or tell your friends to come over. We got brands like LG, Speed Queen, Maytag, Electrolux. The list goes on and on. Come to Craigville Appliance or check us out online at cappliance.com. That's C as in cat, appliance.com.
Imagine a place where you could live independently with support close by if needed. A place where you feel secure, stress-free, and with friends next door. A place where you're just a few steps away from assistance, nursing, or even rehabilitation services. A place where a team of professionals work every day to provide everything you need and care for you just like family. This is ASEAN Assisted Living, where you're close to home but far from ordinary.
Back here at the cage, Knights with a sizable first half lead. And Concordia will have the ball out of their second timeout of this first half. 22 straight scored by Norwell, hedged only by a bucket by Serenity Adams when it was 11-0 in the first frame. I mean, to be quite honest, there have not been hardly any games that have been blowouts in this series between these two squads. In fact, a handful of years ago, Norwell came up to Concordia, a team that won the sectional, and there's a bucket out of the timeout for Lauren Goodman, her first basket. But they came up here and only scored 9 points in the second half a handful of seasons ago. And that stifling Dave Miller defense has been different here tonight as Norwell's gotten whatever they've wanted offensively. Lily Norris has her second basket.
I will credit a lot of this to Norwell's defense. They are smothering.
It is active. I mean, you could just see jumping into passing lanes. There's too aggressive against Lily Norris, and both fouls against Norwell, in this first half have been against Norris. So Mackenzie Tolliver will come in and replace her.
Substitution for the Knights, number 12, Tolliver.
Coach Thornton's got to be pleased with the active defense and a sharp shooting offense.
Yeah, and
right
really,
now.
They have cleaned things up after a sloppy start. After the first few minutes, it's been pretty clean from the Lady Knights, creating shots that they want to get offensively, many of them from the perimeter. It's part of this dribble drive offense that has been successful over the 25 seasons for Coach Thornton. Tomaszek defending on the perimeter, and Filling gets the takeaway. Nice defense by Tomaszek, stepping out to guard the three-point line, and now she's open and gets rewarded with a bucket. Great sequence for the junior.
And you got Skylar guarding the perimeter. I mean, things are going right.
37-4. And Tomaszek active again, getting the deflection and knocking it out of bounds. Tomaszek, you think back to last season and the steps that she took, especially on the defensive side, rebounding the basketball as a smart player, has had her struggles at the free throw line and has only shot it 15% from the floor coming into tonight. But defensively, she has been a key piece for Norwell, understanding the spots to be in. Bollinger for three, misses, and Feast, one of the smaller players on the floor, corrals the rebound. Norwell's got a 3-on-1 right here, and Filling turns it over. Sella Kaiser, the steal for the Cadets.
If it wasn't our advantage, he'd be all over you. Thank you.
Goodman has tried a bunch of them in this first half and has not gotten any threes to go down. Tomaszek the rebound. Back to the Tomaszek discussion as Feast is open in the corner. Another offensive rebound, and Tomaszek draws the foul on the putback.
This is the most active I've seen her by far this year.
She's having an outstanding night. Foul against Mahalat Lee, which is her second, is the 6th against the Cadets in this first half. So the next one will place the Lady Knights in the bonus, the final 86 seconds. Tomaszek gets the first free throw to go. Emily Todd back in the game for Norwell. Hoffman returns for Concordia. Think back to that semi-state game against South Bend, Washington, and Tomaszek had one of the better games for the Lady Knights. It matured, showed a lot of maturity, I thought, at least, in that game, as the Knights fell to South Bend, Washington, who eventually went on to the state title game where they lost. Washington this season, as Haley Green returns for Norwell to give Tomaszek a well-deserved breather. Also 3 for 4 from the line tonight to start. But South Bend, Washington is ranked number 1 in Class 3A right now. And in fact, is the number 1 team in all classes. The last IBCA poll. That's hard to do for a 3A team, so they are on their way and the heavy favorite to win the state title this year in 3A. Mackenzie Feast picks up the foul for Norwell. 3rd against the Lady Knights. 75 seconds to go in this first half. It's a 35-point Norwell lead. Tough shot for Hoffman, and it was contested. Johnson putting the moves on, misses the floater. Green keeps the rebound alive, but it comes down to Panic. Bollinger kind of stuck. Todd pries it loose. Bollinger tries a triple. It's short. Concordia has not made a three in this first half. Feast runs into a brick wall, but Johnson is there. She has it stripped and knocked out of bounds. Well, looking at these final 33 seconds as a chance to grow, we're more than likely going to see a hefty dose of the second line for Norwell, including a couple of JV players that are dressed tonight. Emily Todd, a deep three. And the board once again to Lexi Panning. .10 seconds, and Goodman on the bounce for the Cadets, likely the last possession of this first half. Panning almost turns it over. Now Concordia does turn it over with just over half a second to go. So it'll just be time for a catch and shoot here for the Lady Knights. Johnson gets moving towards the basket. Todd inbounds, and it's deflected. The first half will come to a close. Norwell was all over Concordia from the start here tonight, and they take a 39-4 lead into the break here at the Cage. We'll take a break, and we'll return with the halftime show in a few moments on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
Kathy Peterson of the Steffen Group is part of a select group of real estate and auction professionals that are changing the game of how real estate and auction transactions are handled. With a strong background in customer service, Kathy believes helping people is the most precious gift she can give and is committed to being a partner with her clients through the entire transaction.
You can contact Kathy Peterson at the Steffen Group at 260-414-6353 or drop her a message at Kathy, C-A-T-H-I-E, .Peterson@SteffenGRP.com.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
In business since 1981, Barclay Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barclay Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barclay Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. Contact Barclay Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674. Or find them on Facebook at Barclay Builders, Inc. Let Barclay Builders get started on your Barclay Built Forever Home.
Hello, Tim Steffen Financial Group. It's been said nothing is certain except change. We must adapt to change to stay safe and move forward. What changes have there been in your life? At Steffen Financial Group, we would like to work with you and help with your future planning. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Michelle Stoller, 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Retirement, investments, savings plans. Steffen Financial Group can also assist with your personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group. Solid planning, local service, professional advice. Securities and insurance offered through Thurston Springer Financial, a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC, and Indiana Insurance Agency. Tim Steffen is a registered associate of Thurston Springer Financial, is doing business as Steffen Financial Group. Tim Steffen and Steffen Financial Group are independent of Thurston Springer Financial.
Back here at the cage at halftime here on The Voice. Norwell with a commanding 35-point lead here at the break. Derek Decker with Tyler Sonicson. And Tyler, it was really a story of Concordia being unable to get anything going offensively, and a lot of that being due to the turnovers, some which were forced and some which weren't. But again, credit to the outstanding Norwell defense that's been in the passing lanes all night here tonight.
Very active. They're jumping lanes, very active hands, and Concordia seems to panic. Nobody really wants to take control of the ball, and they're forcing their own turnovers.
Yeah, and I think part of that speaks to the fact that they've got just 2 seniors. Last year they only went 6 deep, only 1 bench player realistically. And tonight they started 3 sophomores, a freshman, and a senior. So this is a young group, still a lot to work with here for Nicole Bollinger. They had some bright spots on the JV squad here tonight as well. And actually we've seen Sella Kaiser come off the bench for Concordia. They've tried everything offensively, just haven't been able to get anything to work.
Well, down low, I mean, they can't do anything down low. Skyla has clogged up the lane. She's playing great defense down low, and just out on the perimeter. I mean, like I sorry to keep harping on it, but the active hands and jumping the lanes, there's nowhere for them to go.
Yeah, I am disappointed that we did not get to see the matchup of Nelson and Tomaszek. Would have been a different test for Tomaszek defensively. But Annika Nelson was the leading returning scorer for Concordia this season, and she made lots of threes, 25 of them for the Cadets. They were 6-2 last year when she made multiple three-pointers. She's got an offer from Hillsdale. Really a talented player, has dealt with back issues, but you can tell that a lot of the offense for Concordia flows through Nelson. She opens things up with her perimeter shooting and her distribution of the basketball.
Yeah, when you take away your distributor, your shooter, your slasher, when you take away that main focus of your offense, you can see you unplug her out of the lineup. You can see the the confusion, the uncomfortableness of the offense, that nobody really wants to step up and take that.
Yeah, they really have not had a leader step up on the floor for the Cadets, and this game is just ahead of a 3-game road trip that starts next Tuesday. On the other side of the ball for Norwell, it was Kennedy Filling with 18 points in that first half for Norwell. She put on a shooting clinic once she got into a rhythm halfway through the first quarter.
Well, I mean, for Norwell, their offense, to me, it was a tale of 2 different quarters. Such a sloppy first quarter, still coming out on top in that first quarter, but that second quarter, continuously leaving shooters wide open. Kennedy, I would say, is one player, but I think all the perimeter shooters for Norwell, you can't leave them open. You just can't.
Emily Todd's knocked down a 3 as well here tonight. Lily Norris as well. They've got plenty of offensive weapons, and they put it on display. Last year, this game featured 12 lead changes. That has not been the case. Norwell has led wire to wire to this point. We'll take another break. We'll come back with the third quarter after this on WellsCountyVoice.com.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just suffer from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension. Corrective Chiropractic can help. I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic. We welcome patients from Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding areas. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza. Feel and function better.
Soaring high above, exploring our planet. Professional timepiece designed to take flight. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory.
is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around, just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
We're back here at Concordia. Norwell leading Concordia 39-4 at the break. Came out of the gate a little bit slow, but recovered nicely and built a 35-point lead heading to halftime. So glad you could join us here tonight, a couple nights before Thanksgiving. Typically we'd have a boys game tomorrow night, but that was scheduled to be Norwell and Carroll, and that game obviously is not happening with the tournament success in football for both programs. Norwell starts with the basketball and the starters on the floor, but I anticipate we're going to see not all that much of the starters in the second half. With that said, Norwell gets a lot of guys in, a lot of ladies in. That's just a beautiful pass right there from filling to Tomaszek. They've worked her so well tonight. Tomaszek's almost into double figures now with 9, which I believe is a season high for her. It's 41-4. But Norwell utilizes a lot of players off the bench anyway. And we're going to see even more of that here in this second half. Tomaszek the rebound for Norwell after the Concordia miss. And the Knights running. Tolliver misses a 3 short, chases her own rebound, and is called for a foul, trying to get around Sydney Reynolds. Coach Thornton said has not had a grittier or more intelligent player than Tolliver. In the course of his 25 years, that's high praise for a guy who has had plenty of outstanding talents come through his program at Norwell. His only head coaching job at the ladies level. Bollinger will key in the inbound here for the Cadets, and it comes into Serenity Adams, who had one of the 2 buckets in the first half for Concordia. Adams a shake and bake and tried to go up with her right hand and left it well short. Emily Todd will set up the possession. Standard dribble drive offense here in motion for the Lady Knights. Todd takes a look and instead gives it to Johnson, who's on the move. She lost the handle. Last touch by the Cadets. Samantha Hoffman also on the floor for Concordia to start this second half. And it comes to Tomaszek, and she feeds it out to Tolliver. And the 3 is missed. And Bollinger keeps the rebound alive. Whoa, there's some contact. No whistle. Sydney Reynolds now gets the foul call, as Kennedy Filling a little late getting back. Sydney Reynolds is 5 of 9 on the season from the foul line. It's just a 58% free throw shooting team. You know, coming into tonight, that was one of the things that these two squads were fairly even in. In fact, at 58%, that's a lane violation, so that one's not going to count. At 58% from the line as a team for Concordia, that's the better of the two squads coming into the contest tonight. Norwell shooting just 55%. And they set a team record in the low 70s last year as a squad. A lot of experience that graduated. Over the top play, Tomaszek catches it and just lost the handle, falling out of bounds. Caught it a little bit too deep underneath the backboard. It's one of the strengths, though, for Coach Thornton's team last year. And that has not been the case this season, where typically that class overall was pretty good, but they had their struggles early on in their careers when they were underclassmen. They struggled in that category mightily. Tolliver running the floor in the transition deuce. 6 points for her, and it's 43-4.
I think that's missed also how young this Norwell team actually is.
Right.
You're used to Norwell being dynamic on the court for Coach Thornton, but you really do lose sight of how young this team really is.
Yeah, there's just so many different options, and there's so many ways to turn as Tomaszek, the left-handed layup, and that's going to force a third Nicole Bollinger timeout. Tomaszek's into double figures, and Norwell's lead grows over 40.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Norwell, big lead here on the road. And Tyler, we were just talking before that break what this team might look like. There were so many question marks coming into the year. You know that Coach Thornton has his kids ready year in and year out. But they've really gotten off to a nice start against a tough schedule and had their chances to win that Warsaw game. They're just a few minutes away from being undefeated.
You know, and being such a young team, I think that's going to bode well for them down the road.
Right. No doubt about that. That's exactly how the last class panned out, although they went through more growing pains at the start. And we'll see what this team does as they progress through the season. Filling the layup.
Great feed by Emily Todd.
I mean, you talk about sharing the sugar. The Knights have had a ton of assists tonight, and they have done it well in transition. But so many capable players. I think that's one area where this group might be different, save for maybe Kennedy Filling. But she's not the only one on the floor that can score. Out of control goes Karma Bryant to the basket. Knights don't have numbers here. Nice pass to the baseline for Johnson, who draws a foul. By the way, this is, I think should be on the move here on free throws. I can't remember. Maybe it does stop for free throws. This is one of the new rules in high school basketball this year, is the running clock when teams are up 35. This has been an area where Johnson has really struggled. 44% from the free throw line. Lily Norris and Haley Green into the game for Norwell as Tomaszek and Tolliver take a breather. Also Mackenzie Feast in as well as Filling takes a seat. Johnson misses both. Johnson had a career-high 15 points against Northwood on Saturday. 2 of 3 from distance. Adams, the off-balance leaner. Concordia has not scored this side of halftime. Wow. Mackenzie Feast is left unchecked. She missed it, but I
think she missed it because she was so.
No kidding. And really, she caught it and expected somebody to be flying at her, and nobody ever did. Nice job by Lexi Panning to take that play away. Nice finish through contact for Haley Green, who has her first basket tonight.
She was there for a rebound. The ball ended up in her hands, and she finished it.
Haley Green's another one of those players for Norwell that has taken strides over the course of her JV career, and now she has good time at the varsity level. Tolliver in, Filling back in. Johnson off, Todd off. Clock's still on the move. This is going to be one of the quicker games of all time.
Quick.
Spin move for Bryant. And over the back on the rebound. First foul against, the second foul against Concordia this half. Bryant picks up her second. Hannah Zillman is set to check in for the Cadets. Will appear in her fourth game at the next dead ball. Screen set by Green. Leaves Filling open, but she won't take the three. Instead, they go cross court. Lily Norris will try one and hit it. Lily Norris from the corner. Her second triple. Norris was just 1 of 5 coming into the game tonight from 3-point distance. She's able to play 4 positions on the floor for Norwell. Outstanding sophomore that's got a lot of talent, can play the post, can play on the perimeter as well. Can also be a point guard if necessary. Tested shot missed by Bryant. Filling has it knocked loose. So here comes Zillman alongside Bollinger. Under a minute to go in this third quarter. Well, it's been 13-zip Norwell in this quarter. Feast throws it up there and draws the foul. A couple of free throws coming for her. The foul against Serenity Adams.
Concordia foul number 5, Serenity Adams. Mackenzie Feast to the line for 2.
I'm going to have to go back and dig in the archives to see the last time that Norwell held a team in single digits. And it's very reasonable to think that might be the case here tonight. First point for Feast. And make it 2. Down low, Green will tie up Hannah Zillman, who just checked into the game, will stay with Concordia. Clock still running with 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
And for Fisa to have her first 2 points, less than a minute left in the third quarter, I mean, that just goes to show you how unselfish this team is, because she's a scorer.
They can do it with anybody. 50-point lead. Filling dribbles it off her foot. And got to get a shot up. Feast does. And leaves it short. And the third quarter comes to a close. Norwell outscores Concordia 15-0 in the third. We're back for the fourth in just a moment.
Good evening, football fans. My name is Nathan Shelton. As an advisor at Shelton Financial Group, my job is to help our clients plan for and adjust to the unexpected in life. That may be a change in employment status, a change in the tax code, or rising inflation. At Shelton Financial, our process, called the One Life Formula, is designed to help you work through the questions, concerns, and unexpected that may happen in your life. To schedule a time to discuss with us, please call our office at 260-436-7006 or visit our website at sheltonfinancial.com. Nathan Shelton, Investment Advisor Representative of USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Back here at the cage for the fourth quarter, running clock in effect. Norwell leading 54-4. Well, Tyler, the records go back as far as 2000, the single game records. And the lowest scorer in that time frame was Bluffton back in 2011, Norwell winning 74-12. And that's the lowest score, and the Cadets are going to have to triple their score just to match that in this fourth quarter. And you can just tell, and not that the game would have been significantly different with Nelson on the floor, but they don't have anybody to turn to on offense, and it's hard to imagine them winning a lot of games without Nelson on the floor.
Well, her being one of those upperclassmen, the leader of the team, you take leadership out of any situation, there's disarray, and you can see it tonight.
Norwell still has the starters on the floor, minus, well, actually, I take that back. Just pretend I didn't say that, as Mackenzie Feast knocks down her first 3 of the night. And it increases the lead for the Lady Knights. There are 3 sophomores on the floor, in Feast and Norris and Green, and also the starter sophomore, Kennedy Filling. Tolliver gets her hand in the passing lane. Bump and run. Down the lane it goes. Filling will back it out. No reason to take a quick shot. Norris off the window. Lily Norris is in double figures now with 10. It's really good to see her get minutes and have success at the varsity level. That's a long 2.
Especially as the season goes on, just a confidence builder to let her know that she can play with anybody.
There's an illegal screen against Norris, and it's her 3rd foul. It's the 3rd foul against Norwell as well, overall as a team in this second half. That was a bucket by Sella Kaiser, the freshman, who gets her 12th point of the season. Allie Riley's coming into the game for Norwell, and here come some of the JV players. Also, Rylan Graft into the game, the freshman. Just mentioned those were the 2 leading scorers tonight in the JV contest, which Norwell won 51-35. And those 2 combined for 27. Zillman leaves it in the corner for Reynolds. And they'll have to try something else. Reynolds floats it up. Feast the rebound. 6 minutes to go. Riley's not afraid to pull the trigger, really. That's another mark of this JV squad, which is undefeated after tonight's win. They have a lot of players as well, Tyler, that are ready to go, ready to pull the trigger. Riley does so here. Rims the 3, no good. But she grabs her own rebound. Misses the putback, and now it's a tie-up. It'll go back to Concordia. A lot of confident players on the JV squad, and it's led to them being without a loss here through the first handful of games.
Well, really talented JV team, but at the varsity level, they're so deep, it's hard to find space.
Yeah. Norwell did not have enough freshmen for a freshman team or a C team this year, so they're going with just the JV and the varsity squads. Lauren Goodman with the teardrop, and she has her 2nd basket. Norris into the lane again. And Norris just creating off the dribble. She's got a dozen. It is 61-8. Concordia last year was 15-8. They were 10-2 here at the Cage. And they have had a blowout loss to Homestead, their last home game. Here comes Dakota Hubble for the Lady Knights. 5'11" sophomore. Played 4 quarters of JV, or 3 quarters, I guess. Goodman tries the reverse layup, and she is blocked by Dakota Hubble. Norris from the corner, and she's got the hot hand here in this 4th quarter. She's all of a sudden up to 15 points on the night, halfway through the final frame. That's a floater for Lauren Goodman. And the Concordia squad has hit double digits. They've scored more in this quarter than they did in the first 3. Riley again misses long. And a tie up in the lane. Samantha Hoffman is tied up with Hubble. 2 subs for Concordia. Sella Kaiser back in. Also Karma Bryant. Both of them are underclassmen and have seen time. Here comes the freshman Maddie Sonigsen for Norwell.
My favorite player, by the way.
Yes. Not biased at all.
Nope.
A nice tidbit, though, about Sonigsen and continuing the history of this program. Also goes to show Coach Thornton's age at this point. But Sonigsen, obviously had her mom and your wife play for Coach Thornton, and Sonigsen wearing the same number with number 20. It's a nice stat, and it just, again, shows just kind of the lineage of this Norwell program over the years. Down low on the attack, it was Bryant's. Offensive board for Kaiser. And she's off to the stripe. Foul goes against Allie Riley. Riley's into her 5th game of the season. Kaiser is attempting her 2nd free throw of the year. Knocks the first one down. And back in is Lexi Panning. Panning, by the way, was the individual SAC cross-country champion in the fall. Finished 21st at the state meet. 2nd free throw good as well for Kaiser. And Concordia is no longer in jeopardy of having the Norwell defensive record in the last 20 years broken. Mackenzie Feast on the drive. You know, one of the odd things about the running clock, as we've hit that point in the game to discuss this, is the fact that it stops on free throws.
And I think under a minute as well, correct?
I think it stops all the time on free throws. It stopped right now. Feast makes the first one. She is 3 for 3 from the line. So that one kind of surprises me a little bit. Not that it really delays the game in any sense. It's now 66-12, ticking towards 2 minutes to go. Sonigsen gets the takeaway and misses the layup. It was contested by Panning. Sonigsen looking for her first 2 points, and Graft is fouled on the perimeter.
That will not be a shooting foul. Keep it going.
Foul once again on Karma Bryant. And that's her 3rd. Here comes Serenity Adams back in for the Cadets.
Number 5, Serenity Adams.
I mean, we knew without a couple cadets tonight, this thing might get out of hand. But I don't think a lot of folks imagine this one getting this out of hand. Sonigsen from distance and misses. And the rebound, last touch by Mackenzie Feast. See, you're complaining about the aggressiveness the entire JV game, and she comes into the varsity game and takes a couple shots.
I just don't want the excuse she was saving it for this game.
Sonigsen grabs the rebound here. And Norwell pushing. Allie Riley downhill. And she will get caught for the offensive foul.
Norwell foul, number 30. Riley.
All right, we're inside of a minute to go. It's a 66-12 lead for Norwell. And Panning corrals the loose ball for the Cadets. Good block for Dakota Hubble. She had a couple of those in the JV contest. Held ball will keep it with Concordia.
I want to say that's her 2nd one this game.
Yeah. Late foul called will stop the clock and put Concordia at the line. Maddie Sonigsen picks up the personal for the Knights. Karma Bryant off to the free throw line. 57% foul shooter on the season. The Southpaw will get the first one to drop. So now officially out of the woods for that defensive record. It's eclipsed the Bluffton mark in 2011. Second one's good as well, and the Knights likely will not take a shot here with 10 seconds to go, although Feast is on the move downhill. Sonigsen will draw it back out. Allie Riley will dribble the clock out, and Norwell will come on the road and win 66-14 here tonight. A wire-to-wire victory, Tyler. And it was the defense setting the tone early, and it resulted in early points for the Knights. The offense got cooking after the first quarter. altogether a complete performance as the Knights take a Thanksgiving break.
Well, not only that, you eliminate that first quarter out of this game, and that hands down is the best ball game we've seen Norwell on the defensive side of the ball. With lack of Nelson in the lineup for Concordia, understood, but there's the activity on Norwell's end on defense through this game was just unreal.
Well, it was 18 first-half points from Kennedy Filling. She finished with 20. 15 for Lily Norris off the bench tonight, and 13, maybe most impressively, for Skyla Tomaszek, who was outstanding for the Lady Knights.
Offense and defense. I mean, down low, hands down, tallest player on the court, biggest body out there, and she was the most dominant when it comes to all-around play. I mean, there was nobody to size up against her, nobody to match up to her defense, and she took control.
Norwell wins here tonight. The 6th-ranked team in 3A improves to 6-1, 395th career victory for Eric Thornton, and that 400 win mark comes a little bit closer into focus as we head towards Thanksgiving. Eastbrook is on deck for the Lady Knights. That's on Saturday night at the Castle. Concordia falls to 3-4, and they're back in action as they begin a 3-game road trip next Tuesday at Leo. That'll wrap it up here from the cage tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. On behalf of my partner Tyler Sonicson and our owners Scott and Dale Menser, I'm Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of high school sports on the Voice Enterprises. Remember, none of this would be possible without the continued support of our sponsors. Please use their services whenever possible, and when you see them, tell them thank you. Join us again next time on the Voice Enterprises.